Welcome, sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy. My husband is Paul. We're so happy you have joined us today. We are going to be sharing 5 simple, easy ways you can save money. These are simple things that you can do to keep more money in your pocket. We are presently in a no-spend month, meaning we are not spending anything on non-essential purchases. So we're trying to get creative. It is the 12th of January. We're like almost halfway through the month, if you can believe it. At this point, we're trying to get creative on how to not spend, to keep ourselves busy, to spice up our meals, save at the food stores, all that good stuff. The first tip we're going to get to has to do with watching TV. Now, this is a totally new tip for Paul and I. We had no idea this existed. Now, we are Amazon Prime members, and I know so many of you are as well. But I tried this by logging out of my account on Amazon Prime, and I was still able to do it. So if you have Amazon Prime, I know for sure you can do this. And if you don't, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to do this as well. Let us know. So let's get over to the TV and see what fun, new entertainment Paul and I discovered. So many of you have Amazon Prime. And I know a lot of you get it for the free shipping and also for the free movies that they stream. But did you know that Amazon Prime also has live TV? I'm kicking it old school with a ruler as a pointer today because I don't want to get in front of the screen. So you're going to log in like you usually would to watch your movies. And then over to the left, you are going to go down to live TV. I did not know this existed. And this is a great free resource if you do have Amazon Prime. So I'm going to click on live TV, and there are tons of shows. What you can do is go back over to the left, go to movies, and what I love is they have classic cinema. They have high society, suspicion, just wonderful old movies, one after the other. They have Warner Brothers TV movies, free movies, Christmas Plus, Lifetime movies, Cinevault Westerns, FilmRise Western. This is our favorite. This is Universal Monster Channel. All the old classic campy movies. Monster on Campus, The Mummy, The Mummy's Curse. You've got Hallmark movies and more, Movie Sphere, MGM movies, Horror Hub, All Day Holiday, Action, and it just goes on and on. Okay, let's say you don't want to watch movies. You want to go to live TV shows. Click on that. And you have got tons, Bizarre Food, Ion, Oxygen, Court, all these. There's food, there's sports, there's music, DIY, game shows, sci-fi, classic TV. This is a great free add-on I did not even know Amazon Prime came with. So check this out and save yourself some money because you don't need to have any other streaming services. There is so much free TV on streaming these days that cable is just a thing of the past. If you are still paying for cable, I would really ask you to rethink that. Get yourself a Roku, and there are so many free channels. And of course, with any kind of streaming device or a smart TV, you do need to have internet coming into your home to be able to watch anything streaming on your TV. And again, if you are not an Amazon Prime member, log into Amazon on your streaming device and see if you can still watch this TV and let us know. And if you are a Prime member, oh my goodness, we have had such a good time watching all those old movies. A wonderful low-cost way to have some really good entertainment through these no-spend months. Number two, another great way to save is start using up what you have in your home in the way of food before it goes bad or before you waste it. I'm going to show you what we did with a bag of oranges that we bought off the clearance rack several weeks ago, and we knew we had to use them up. They weren't the best oranges, so we're going to show you what we did with them and how we are going to be incorporating them into our meal plan. So let's turn the camera around and get into the kitchen. We bought this bag of oranges off the Stop and Shop clearance rack. We paid 79 cents a pound, which is a great price for oranges. Unfortunately, they were not the sweetest oranges, and you know us, we don't waste anything. This is a refrigerator orange marmalade. It is not shelf stable. What we're going to do is use these for cooking. First thing we're going to do is make some delicious no waste orange marmalade. We're going to take 5 oranges and we are going to scrub them well, again, because we're going to be using the peel. So let's start there.
I'm going to start by cutting off the ends of the orange after they've been scrubbed. Then I'm just going to slice these into rings. Thin slices, just watch your fingers. And I'm going to continue with the rest of these oranges.
So you can see Paul just made some beautiful thin slices. Now you're going to want to take the ends and remove those because that's got a lot of white pith. And anything that does have a lot of white pith, I'm going to take and use in my orange cleaner. Other than that, you can see these are perfect thin slices. And what I love about this recipe is nothing's going to go to waste because you use the peels as well. I am going to use my NutriBullet to grind up these oranges, but you can use a blender, your food processor. You don't want to pulverize them. These are seedless oranges that I'm using, but if you have oranges that have seeds, you have to remove the seeds before you make this marmalade. Just like this. I am going to do the whole batch of oranges, but I'm going to take out each batch I do and put it in a pot for on top of the stove because you don't want to keep adding to this because it will pulverize it. We have our ground oranges in the pot and I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of water and 1.5 cups of sugar. Now that may seem like a lot of sugar, but we have orange peels in here. And they can be a tad bit bitter, but we have made this before and it comes out so well. And you can also adjust the sugar to your taste. So we're going to bring this to a low boil and we're going to cook this for about 15 minutes. Now this is not something you can walk away from. You're going to be here and stir it every few minutes to make sure it doesn't stick and it cooks perfectly. What I'm also going to do is take a plate and I am going to put it in the freezer for just a few minutes to get it nice and cold. So this has been cooking about 15 minutes. I pulled the plate out of the freezer. Now you don't want to leave it in there too long. You don't want it to crack, just a few minutes to chill it. Now I'm putting this here. See that? That is not ready. It fell down the plate. So the plate's going to go back in and we are going to cook this. We're going to cook it for about 5 minutes more. This cooked a total of 20 minutes now and it is much thicker. I got my plate out of the freezer. We're going to put a dollop on and it is not going anywhere. It is just sitting there. And that's how we know this is done. There's no water streaming out and it's stuck to the plate. So we are good to go. What we're going to do now is let this cool. Now I will say this again. This is not shelf stable. It must be refrigerated. So I have a clean glass mason jar here, my wide mouth funnel, which I love. And the marmalade has cooled. And now we're just going to add it to our jar. You can see how much those little 5 oranges made. Now I'm just going to put a lid on it. And it goes right into the refrigerator. Oh, I am so excited to have this. And you're going to want to use this up within a week or so. Consider this for recipes as well as using it as a spread. We're going to be sharing a recipe with you next week that uses this orange marmalade. So into the refrigerator it goes. We're going to be sharing a chicken dish made with that orange marmalade next week. And I cannot wait to try this. It looks so good. And sometimes if you need an ingredient like orange marmalade in a recipe, well, you could whip that up using one orange, a little bit of sugar, and that's it. You have your own homemade orange marmalade, fresher, better for you, and a lot cheaper. Number 3, I want to encourage you to get online. If you bank online, if you have access to your accounts online, and I know many people do now, and if you don't feel comfortable doing that, I totally understand. But if you are able, check your accounts frequently. Number 1, if you use a debit card, please stay on top of what you are withdrawing. And by going and checking your accounts daily, every other day, you're going to see how much money you are pulling out. You are going to be made aware visually of, oh goodness, I withdrew $100 yesterday and I am down to such and such an amount. You need to constantly remind yourself where you're at with a debit card. And even if you do not have a debit card, you're going to want to check your balances. You're going to want to make sure there are no unauthorized charges on your account, that there are no withdrawals that you did not approve on your accounts. You're going to want to see your direct deposits are in there. If you have direct deposit like we do with Paul's pension and with our YouTube income, you're going to want to make sure they're there when they say they're coming in. You're going to want to make sure there is no fraud going on. Our cell phone bill went up a couple of dollars. They never notified us. The only way I knew is I check every other day my checking account and I see where the money goes, and I noticed that that cell phone bill went up $2. Not that that was a huge amount of money, but no one told us. And if I hadn't have checked, I would have kept taking out the same amount in my checkbook that I've always done. Even though I don't pay by check, I do it electronically, I still use my checkbook to keep the record of what we have in the bank as far as our checking account. Always check to make sure what's coming in and what is going out of your personal accounts is up to date and accurate. And if not, you get right on top of it and deal with it. This is a great way to also see, if you use something like a debit card, where's all your money going? Do you see problem areas? Do you see a lot of eating out? Or do you see a lot of stopping for coffee or a lot of things like that that maybe you could tone down a little bit and save a little extra? So it's really important to be on top of our finances electronically. Number 4, we're going to continue to encourage you to shop those loss leaders. Loss leader pricing is when a company prices a popular item below its minimum profit margin, sometimes below cost, so that it can gain a larger overall profit from other items that customers buy. They are usually found on the front of your supermarket's flyer. We are on a no spend month, but we are still stocking up where we see those amazing loss leader prices. We shop loss leaders, we shop sales, we shop clearance items, and those change weekly. So what we do is once a week, we check those loss leaders, we check those clearance racks, we check the flash food app, and those are the items we buy. So we had some great sales again this week. So we're going to share our small loss leader food haul with you right now. And this is an amazing way to save money weekly on your food budget. So here's our small loss leader food haul. Stock up items. 5 pounds of potatoes are $1.99 at ShopRite. We got 2 bags, 10 pounds for $4. So that's great. Breakstone sour cream, which is one of our favorites, was $1.49 for 1. So we got 2 of those. Flex 5 titanium razors. They were $3.99 and there was a $3 coupon, so 99 cents. That's a great deal for Paul. We got 1 cucumber, I think it was like 60 cents. We still have tons of lettuce and carrots and celery, but we did need a cucumber. I got myself 2 bananas. Yup, I'm back. 1 onion. We have not bought onions since we bought that haul from Lancaster. Avocados, a bag of 5 were $2.49 for 5. So that was such a great price. I needed fresh garlic, so we got ahead of garlic. Jimmy Dean 12-ounce package of bacon, $1.99. You were allowed to get 4, and we got 4. Remember what we showed you? Always look on the back, get the one with the most meat. Coffee was on sale again. Paid $2.50 a can for the Maxwell House. And again, we get the dark roast because Paul uses less. It's just a bolder coffee, so he can get away with using less in the coffee pot. So that works great. Chicken legs were on sale, 79 cents a pound. I am not a fan of chicken legs. Paul loves them. But I found a recipe, and for 79 cents, we'll package these and we'll put them in the freezer. And we're going to be sharing a recipe with you next week, having something to do with the orange marmalade. And then we did go back to Stop and Shop and get our chickens that we had the rain check for 99 cents. So literally, each chicken was half price because they're up to $1.99 now, and we were allowed 2 at 99 cents. We get so many meals out of these. Now, we're also going to share a small shop and stop haul that we ran in to get the other day. So I'm going to link that right here as well. The first item from Stop and Shop is this Cook's Spiral Ham. So right here you can see it was originally $4.39 a pound. It was $38.59. Then they marked it down to 79 cents a pound. So it came to $6.94. I am going to show you the receipt of what this rang up as. As you can see, it was marked down even further to 49 cents a pound. The total ham coming to $4.31. And this ham is good till February 25th. And I also got 5 pounds of organic carrots for $3.49. That is such a great deal because I usually pay at least $1 a pound for organic carrots. And there is everything. As you can see, we have 2 whole chickens in there, 4 packs of bacon, a whole ham. The prices on meat this week were amazing. We just take these items and put them away. If we went once a month shopping or we did a bulk shopping like that, then those prices would be totally different that 1 week we go. Now, a lot of people do once a month and it works for them. But you have to remember, we're also a small household. It's just Paul and I. So doing that giant, large shopping once a month financially wouldn't be the best decision for us. But I do know so many of you, that way of shopping works really, really well for you. I tell you all the time, every frugal journey is different. Do what works for you. And the last one, number 5, this is my personal favorite. We cannot go out to eat this month. We can't even go to a drive-through. So what do you do when you don't feel like cooking? I mean, you don't even want to boil pasta water. You're done for the day. Do any of you ever have those I'm done for the day days? And this is what I did the other night. Total win. It was delicious. It was fun. So let's turn this camera around and get into the kitchen. I went through our cabinets and our refrigerator and our pantry, and we are going to make something super yummy, super easy. First thing I found in the refrigerator, just some fresh carrots that we had sliced that were left over. I have some delicious carrot salad we made the other day. So good. I can link the recipe down below for this. A piece of cheese that was in the freezer that I defrosted in the refrigerator. We've got some dry roasted nuts. Remember, we got these for $1.50 a jar before Christmas. We have got some whole wheat, hint of salt, wheat thins. We have got some raisins, some dark chocolate covered pretzels, a beautiful pear. Someone gave us Harry and David pears for Christmas. Oh my goodness. 3 hard-boiled eggs and some olives. What are we doing? We're making a super quick, easy charcuterie board. I know these look like odd ingredients, but give me a minute of your time and let's see how this comes out. So what am I going to do with the 3 hard-cooked eggs? I am going to make a super quick deviled egg recipe. I always peel my eggs under cold running water and they come out perfectly. There is no sticking. Perfect. So I made my simple deviled eggs. I just used the egg yolk, mayonnaise, and a little ground pepper, and then I just sprinkle a little paprika on it. Voila! Within minutes, dinner is served. We've got crackers, we've got cheese, we've got pears, carrots, raisins, peanuts, olives, some deviled eggs, some marinated carrot salad, and for dessert, a couple of chocolate-covered pretzels. This is not only healthy, it's delicious, it's quick, and when you don't feel like cooking, use up these little odds and ends to make a delicious charcuterie with things you already have in your refrigerator, in your pantry, and it makes a wonderful, delicious meal for any time. That was a total win. Paul likes a good solid dinner. And I was like, let's just try this. Well, I think he enjoyed it even more than I do. What do you think?
Yeah, it was very good. Very good. Yeah, there's everything on that board I like. So it turned out to be a win.
And were you full?
Oh, absolutely. Sure. There was a lot of food there.
It was amazing. Like even the peanuts and the raisins, it was so fun. I mean, so look around your kitchen and be creative with leftovers. That is number 5. Get creative with your leftovers. With bits and pieces you have in your refrigerator, be creative with them. Throw them into soups, stir fries, a charcuterie board. Please get creative with those leftovers. So we hope those of you who are doing your no and low spend January, you are doing great. Listen, we're almost halfway there. And think of all the money we are saving on things that we will probably never even notice we haven't bought. And that's the truth. Question of the day. How do you food shop? Do you do it weekly and do loss leaders? Do you do once a month? Do you shop online and then have it delivered or pick it up? I'd be so curious to know, and I know our viewers would too. And what is the reason you do it that way? Like, is it more convenient? Do you find you save more? Is it easier? So share how often you shop, the way you shop. Share that with us down below because it won't only encourage us, it'll encourage our viewers as well. So thank you so much for spending this time with us. Please give this a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. We would love you to come in and be part of our Frugal family. We ask you to be well. We ask you to be safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God greatly bless you.